Hello and welcome to the 7th episode of Hi-Qel's Pop Talk. I'm your co-host Daniel.
And I'm your co-host Alan.
And today, man, we have a packed show or podcast tonight. Let's go ahead and go through all of the topics we're going to be discussing. In our gaming segment, we're going to be talking about the Xbox Gamescom showcase that premiered today. Actually timely for once. We're going to be discussing the new operator for Rainbow Six Siege, Siege, and then some extraction news on top of that. We're also going to be discussing the Saints Row reboot that's probably going to be announced tomorrow, but we got some thoughts about,
honestly,
what's going to happen beforehand. And we're also going to be discussing the blue oh my gosh, the Black Myth Wukong trailer, which looks freaking amazing. That's our gaming segment. In our movie/TV segment, we're going to be discussing two Marvel movies. The first is the Eternals, the final Eternals trailer, which released, I believe, what was it, this week? Yeah, it was this week or last week. Or the end of last week.
It was either this week or last week.
Yeah. It's been a while. Everything's kind of mixed up, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be talking about it. And then to wrap up our movie segment, we are going to be discussing the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Whoo, man. Definitely got some very big, I got some thoughts about this one. Very, very exciting. And then moving on to our last segment, our anime/manga segment, we're going to be discussing the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 trailer. We're going to be discussing the Star Wars Vision anime anthology series, which looks super, super hype. And then to top it all off, we are going to be discussing the Cowboy Bebop live action Netflix series. It's going to be a freaking doozy. That's all we're going to be talking about. Alan, what you been up to, man?
Well, man, the week started off kind of patchy this week. Basically, while we were off last week
and the week
from
before
the podcast, I was very sick, going through a lot of stomach issues that they thought might have to end with a surgery, and I basically went back to work, and they told me, viewing that and seeing what I actually have wrong with me, that they don't want to keep me as an employee, and they let me go.
That is, that's BS in my opinion.
And it's like I've said a million times, I was super bummed to lose the job, because one, nobody just enjoys losing a job unless you absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
Walmart. Like, I would have been fine with losing. I was literally just about to say I would have been fine with losing my job at Walmart.
Yeah.
But me and Mary had plans for vacations and trips soon, and plus her birthday's coming up soon and all this other stuff, and I was about to get the insurance and move up and like get a raise and then a sign-on bonus and shit, and it's gone now, and it just kind of sucks to start over, looking for something. But aside from that, I've had more time to watch a little bit of anime, play a little bit of games, and so I've watched more Demon Slayer. You'll be proud of me.
Yes, I am proud of you.
I'm on episode 10 now. The last time we spoke,
you were on episode 3 for like the longest thing, longest time.
And I gotta say, I'm really enjoying it. I really hope. I don't know what happens throughout the rest of the show. Somehow, I have been on anime Twitter and TikTok and whatever other social media you can have, Reddit, and I haven't had it spoiled for me. And
get out of here.
I don't know what happens. And so, like, I really hope that his little sister, though, sorry, spoiler alert. I hope that his little sister, that's a demon, I hope she stays with him and whoops ass with him the whole show. Like,
oh yeah,
she's a little fucking badass, and I love her.
Yeah.
Also, I just got to this part where they met these two like chill demons. Like it was a woman that was like a doctor.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. I remember that
she
part.
studies demons and stuff. They're sick too.
Yeah, dude.
They're dope as fuck.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like those guys.
But like, can I just ask you a question? Why does the main, and I'm sure everybody else has made this analogy too because I'm not a genius, but like, why does the bad guy look like fucking Michael Jackson?
I wasn't sure like how to ask the question without spoiling it, but yeah, I was gonna be like, have you gotten to like Michael Jackson yet? But yeah, dude looks just like him.
He looks
man.
just like him. Like he, like you look you see the Smooth
Criminal
music video, and he looks just like that. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But the other thing, I've been, I got you into a little bit of Splitgate with us, and we've been playing that. That's been pretty fun. But today I downloaded a Nintendo 64 emulator.
Whoa.
And I've been going through this website called Vim's Lair that has a vault of everything that they can legally put on their website and that we can grab. Because like since Nintendo 64 and all these other like retired consoles are on here that are no longer, being developed or have like that huge copyright infringement on them, you can download these games completely legally, and that's how this website is up. And so it's really fun to go back and play some games from my childhood, like GoldenEye, all the WWF and WCW games, and Conkers, Bad Fur Day, and Banjo-Kazooie, Smash Bros. It's fun to go back and reminisce.
Yeah, dude, most definitely.
But that's been my week in a nutshell. How you been doing, man? What's been going on with your neck of woods?
Well, I haven't been. It's been okay. I definitely also haven't been in like the best of spirits, just because of like the way my job has been, kind of, as far as like work and stuff, and it's just like, oh man, when will I ever get a break or whatever? But today, I kind of talked to my supervisor about some stuff, and things are definitely gonna start to kind of like chill out a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm just kind of just holding on. I'm just like, all right, trying to make it through. But yeah, I was definitely been pretty stressed for the last couple of weeks. That's why we took a bit of a hiatus, just because I needed to kind of take a step back from everything, just take a break and stuff. But we're back, and we should be back for a while. And other than like the work stuff, things have been pretty solid, to be honest. In the meantime, I have been, it's been a freaking while. I started a game called Omno on Xbox Game Pass this week. Yeah, or no, it was last week. Dude, one of the most like chillest games I've ever played. And just with everything going on, like it has been, it's such a nice game to play whenever you're kind of like done for the day, and
it's just kind of like a good chill, relaxing game.
It is one of the best games that I've played.
That's how Minecraft used to be for me. I used to just like chill and play that game. It's super super chill to just sit there and play that game and just like wander off and explore, or just dig, or just build a house, and super 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 chill. Yeah. No, this game is like chill incarnate. And I really like it. And it's just nice to play something different. Just something that's not shoot like this,
shoot bang games.
Yeah.
After Doom Eternal, like
action,
I was saying.
Action.
Yeah, action. I remember what I was gonna say now. I also played and beat A Plague's Tale: Innocence.
How did you what did you think of it? Now, don't tell me anything about the story because I haven't played it, but like gameplay wise, and story wise, how was it?
Not gonna lie, man, I was pretty disappointed, man.
Really?
Yeah, I came into this game expecting a lot more, and it turned out to be a lot more. It turned out to be very kind of like one note. There's only like 2 things that you do in this game.
So it's very story, like heavy story.
Yeah, but that's fine, right? You can have a game that kind of has like one note repetitive gameplay.
Yeah.
If you kind of balance it out
like
with
the Telltale games.
Yeah, right. If you balance it out with a good story, it's like, okay, at least like the story's interesting.
Oh, don't tell me the story's bad.
For me, it could be different for you, but for me, the story was very like, oh, stuff happens. Like, there's a bad guy. There's a threat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, not all of it was boring, but I don't know. I just, like, it started off, like, with such a bang, and it really threw you into it. And I feel like all of the action, all of the nuance, and all of the really, like, high points of the story and, like, the thrill of it was kind of like in the beginning, but then kind of after that, like, honeymoon phase of the game, if that makes any sense, it was just kind of like downhill since then. It just never really, you literally experienced the entire game in the first, like, I want to say like 30 to 45 minutes, and then after that it's like the same thing over and over and over and over again. Doesn't really change that much. And so, like I said, like, for me, I wasn't really feeling it, but for you, it might be different. I just expected a lot more because of all of, like, the accolades. It was getting like 9 out of 10s out the wazoo. People were saying it's like not game of the year material, but it did win a couple
like pretty
awards.
good.
Yeah. And it is like an interesting premise, and it's definitely different in terms of, like, atmosphere, like the story, and just like the premise of the game. But
right,
yeah, like, overall, I was just kind of like, I was just disappointed just because of, like, my expectations going in. So I'm definitely a lot more hesitant about playing the sequel, because at first I saw the sequel announcement. I'm like, oh shoot, now I gotta go play this game. Oh man, I'm super hyped. Then I play it, I'm like, oh, this is it.
yeah.
So I don't know, depending on how if they add a little bit more in terms of gameplay, I'm willing to jump back into the sequel, but we'll just have to see. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have been doing. That, and then watching like 2 episodes of Gurren Lagann. I'm 2 episodes. I'm still in the first season, and I'm 2 episodes away from the event. I'm not gonna say what the event is for spoiler reasons, but yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing it whenever I do. I just kind of been like watching it from time to time, whenever I get like a free moment and stuff when I'm not playing video games. So
right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just working my butt off and playing games, playing stuff with y'all, and playing and watching anime. Yeah, that's about it.
Man. Well, I think, a minute ago I heard you talk about that you finished a game that was on Game Pass. That is perfect, because it leads us right into the first topic.
Already killing it with these segues.
Of the first topic.
Yeah.
I have a little thing brought up here. The Xbox Gamescom thing was today.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Their little conference there.
Yes.
And one of the things that was announced there was there's a bunch of, like, a lot more titles coming to Game Pass soon.
Yes.
And they are all going to be dropping brand new titles day one.
Yes.
And so that's pretty sick for PC and Xbox Game Pass holders.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest, like, out of everything they announced, actually, real quick, let's kind of like break that down real quick. So, the whole conference was about like 90 minutes, And honestly, it was mostly just kind of stuff that we've kind of already heard about. But
already seen.
Yeah, already seen. But it was still kind of cool to get like some updates and stuff. So they talked about Forza Horizon 5. They announced they showed some new gameplay, showed some new cars and stuff. So that's pretty cool. They talked about Age of Empires 4, which I know a lot of people are looking forward to. They announced that cloud gaming is coming to the Xbox Series consoles and Xbox One consoles. And this is actually very significant, because if you're someone who, for a variety of reasons, isn't able to get the new consoles, this allows you to play new, like, next gen games on your Xbox One through the cloud. And I'm not like that big into cloud gaming yet. I'm still kind of on the fence about it. Right. I'm not really sold on it, but if they can get it right, dude, this really means you can play, like, say, Halo Infinite, for example, on anything at like pretty nice graphical settings and frame rates at on your Xbox One. You don't have to go out and necessarily buy a new next gen console to play these games well. So, and even
in theory.
Yeah, in theory, right? So that's actually pretty exciting. It's going to be coming this holiday, and I'm assuming they're going to go there's probably going to be like some like beta trials and stuff to try to make sure they work out the kinks and stuff. But yeah, like, that was actually one of the more exciting things.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you.
Weird.
With it being a gaming company announcing cloud gaming, which is, just streaming games.
Yeah.
I really hope that they do it better than PlayStation, because PlayStation 4's, I don't remember what their streaming service is even called. That's how insignificant it is.
Yeah, PlayStation Now.
PlayStation Now. Yeah, there's certain games on there that are from the PS3 and Xbox 360 days, and even PS2, that you have to stream, and they're laggy as all hell.
Yeah,
so
not great.
It's not necessarily like, okay, I'm walking and then the game's just starting to bug out now. No, it's like I'll go to move my character forward, and then about 5 seconds after I tell him to move forward, then he starts walking. There's input lag.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
It's so hard to play games like that.
Yeah. That and the fact that you can only stream at like 720.
Oh God, yeah.
30 frames. And if your internet connection sucked, it would literally downgrade the resolution to like 480, sometimes even like 144.
Voxel shit.
Yeah. It was so bad. I saw my brother was playing it one time. He's playing God of War, and dude, it just, watching that, I'm like, oh no, never.
I tried to play Red Dead Redemption, and it just took an absolute shit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, this is awful.
I'm
not gonna try this anymore.
Yeah. The thing I will give Xbox or Microsoft the benefit of the doubt, because they have like the money set up to build the infrastructure a lot more than Sony. So I definitely think that their solution is probably going to be like miles ahead, because they've been developing this stuff way longer, and they've been pushing cloud gaming for a lot longer than like PlayStation has.
That is true.
So I definitely think that their stuff, while it might be rough at launch, I think it'll still be a lot better than PlayStation Now.
Oh,
but we'll see.
For sure.
But yeah, that was that. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I was just going to lead us into it too. I was going to say the next thing is Forza Horizon 5. I'm not a racing guy, so if you care about this, feel free, but I don't. I don't.
It was so from like a technological standpoint, I'm like, heck yeah, this looks sick. They're definitely like pushing the engine, because it's still like a pretty old engine.
Yeah.
But they've been able to like really showcase like the cars and the graphics and stuff.
I was about to
really
say
well.
that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it to this game. Like, it's beautiful graphically.
Yeah.
Like some of these tropical designations.
Yeah.
That they've got. like they really pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just like I said, I'm just not a fan of only being able to drive around in a car. I want to be able to get out
Yeah.
and walk around.
Yeah. I mean, like Forza Horizon 4 was good, but I think like every time I try to get back into racing games, I just like I'm in it for like a little bit, but then I just kind of fall off of it. But I used to be really, really into racing games. They were like
I used to be into Need for Speed and Burnout.
Yeah, same. I used to play those games like I play shooters now.
Yeah.
Right? Like all the time. That's really all I played. But then, yeah, for whatever reason, I just kind of fell off them. But you know, I'm willing to jump back into it.
Man, did you ever play Need for Speed Underground or Underground 2?
Yes, I did. Yes,
Phenomenal games, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I loved those games. Those were so fun because there was like a thing, like you were an undercover cop going into the racing scene, and then there was like all those different ways you could like destroy cop cars. Like you could drive past these things and it would make these huge cinder block poles fall onto the cop cars and disable them. Oh, that game was so fun.
Or wait, was that? I think you're talking about. Well, I know you could do that in Most Wanted too, because that's really like I played Most Wanted and Carbon.
I never played Most Wanted,
bro. Most Wanted, that was my bread and butter, dude. I played the heck out of freaking Most Wanted, dude. That's one of my favorites. Now, in terms of remakes, that would be if they remade that, dude. I would buy that crap probably day one. To be honest,
if Burnout
that would get me
was
back
to drop
into racing
a game,
games hardcore.
If Burnout was to drop a game, I would drop everything and buy it. I love the Burnout games because like it wasn't just a racing game. Like there was cool crash animations and shit too.
Yeah, dude. Especially Paradise.
That was dude.
How they would crunch whenever it would be like a slow mo. It'd be like, and then like, the whole thing would. That game was freaking tight, dude.
I don't know why, but it was so satisfying to watch the car crunch up like that.
Yeah, man. That game
I guess
was
knowing
sick.
That not an actual person is in the car makes it a little better.
Yeah,
but like
otherwise, man, that'd be rough.
But like there was like a demolition derby mode that you did as well in one of the Burnout games, the one that was for GameCube.
Yeah,
and that shit was fun.
Oh,
as fuck
dude,
too.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. That crap was tight, man. Oh,
I loved those games, man. The Burnout games were so fun.
Yeah, most definitely. But I guess coming back to Forza, I think it'll be fun, but just watching it, looking at it, it doesn't look too different from Forza Horizon 4. But we'll see.
Right.
We'll see. I'm willing to give it a try. It's on Game Pass, so you know anything on Game Pass.
100%.
I'll download it. Why not? But yeah, that was Forza Horizon 5. Like I said, they talked about Age of Empires 4. I have no interest in Age of Empires 4 because I'm not like a strategy guy.
I'm not a RTS guy either.
And it was weird because during the announcement, like they didn't really show any gameplay. They just it was weird. They showed like a little like it was like a documentary type segment where they explained the history of a trebuchet. I believe is how you say it. The little catapult type thing.
Oh yeah, trebuchet.
Yeah, and it was like that, but there was like no gameplay. But they just talked about it. I can't stand it when they do that. Even something as boring as like a real-time strategy game, I'm just like, you could at least show like some gameplay instead of like, you know, a freaking, you know, History Channel episode. But that was kind of weird.
That's kind of how Crusader Kings is to me as well.
Yeah.
They announced that as well to come out for next-gen consoles.
Yeah. I was like,
and it's already on PC, but like, again, just not horribly into it because it's an RTS game. Yeah. I have friends that play it.
Yeah, hardcore, yeah.
Like Jackson and Taylor and them, they play it pretty heavily.
Really? That's crazy.
They love this game.
Wouldn't expect that.
I don't know what it is. Like they just love it. That's how Taylor knows so much about histories. He's just played Crusader Kings because apparently back on the first one, you could play Crusader Kings and you could play out the way that history actually played out, or you could play it just like it would adapt to the choices you made. Right?
Okay, yeah.
And so he learned a lot of history just from playing this fucking game.
Wow. Hey, I mean that's one way to learn it. Better than
I guess,
learning
man.
in
And
school.
they say video games are useless.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Um, man, I honestly forgot how much they announced. So I'm gonna try to go through it like bullet to bullet, like rapid fire and stuff, and we can go through some stuff, some of the bigger stuff in detail.
Yeah.
But one of the other things they talked about, Microsoft Flight Simulator. They kind of like talked about new content coming out. Again,
A
not like
volocopter or something like that.
yeah, like some sort of
It
like
looks like a drone.
yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
called a
look like an actual helicopter to me.
yeah, it's like this new velocity. That's the name of it, but it's not spelled velocity. It's spelled VOLO
Volocopter.
city air taxi. Apparently, it's like a real thing. That's gonna be a thing. I forget where it is, but yeah, it's launching in November, so potentially you could get an air taxi. Freaking crazy, dude! Modern technology. But yeah, they talked about some updates with that. Again, another thing I'm not super into Flight Simulator. I feel like they've showed way too much footage of this game. I'm like, oh my gosh, this game again. But people really, really like it. So props to
Yeah.
people who are really big fans of that. I know that's big. Really excited for that. And they got like the Top Gun Maverick DLC coming out, which I know people are pretty excited for. One of the other interesting things they talked about is the Sea of Thieves Gearbox collaboration, which is like
the ship.
yeah,
Mayhem ship.
yeah. It's just kind of like random
It's
and
like
out of nowhere, but
It's like a Borderlands ship. It looks pretty cool.
yeah, it
It's
does
all
look cool.
Red and yellow, and it has the Borderlands emblem, and the figurehead is a little claptrap holding a torch.
Yeah, I was like, oh okay, all right, like
It's kind of cool because it's paying homage to another game, but
Yeah.
like, could we have lived without it? Yes.
yeah, probably. But it's still pretty cool. They announced.
I think it's just to get hype about the new Borderlands movie coming out.
That's
I
a
think
good point. I didn't think about that. That's a good point. But moving on, they also talked about State of Decay 2, the Forever
Dude.
Edition. I swear, like this game.
I love
Just-
State of Decay.
Really, I've never played it. Never played it.
It's really fun. Me and Taylor got into it right when I got my PC.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love it. It's super fun. But I'm really into like the zombie games like that. Like
Yeah.
the third person zombie games. They're cool to me.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I really liked the what's it called? The Dead
World War
Rising
Z?
games.
Oh, Dead Rising.
And
Dead
I like
Rising,
World
yeah,
War Z
yeah.
a lot too.
Yeah,
But Dead Rising
man,
is
heck
more
yeah,
of
dude.
what Dead Rising reminds me more of State of Decay than World War Z
Really?
does.
Okay, that makes me a
But-
lot more interested in the game then.
Yeah,
Dead
it's
Rising was
really
like-
it's really fun. Like the whole objective of the thing is obviously there's a story, but I'm not going to say anything about it. But the whole objective of the thing is to go out and find survivors and make your camp bigger and bigger and bigger. Till like you're like the top dogs, and then you're just like helping people or killing people to get what you want.
Yeah.
And it's really fun, and
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved my playthrough of it, and what's really cool is you can do multiple runs of it.
Yeah.
So you go out and you get your supplies, and you do everything in the story, and then after the story's over, you get to keep some of your strongest survivors from that camp, and you can make the new camp with the strongest survivors.
Okay. Oh, that
So it's
actually
kind of
sounds...
like a congratulations, you beat the game. Now play New Game Plus.
yeah, get good scrub.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is it automatically makes the difficulty harder if
Okay.
you play New Game Plus.
Okay. Well, it's funny. We're talking about State of Decay, which is a zombie game,
Ooh.
which is a kind of good like mini segue. We're still on the Xbox game show or Gamescom showcase, but one of the more exciting things from this whole showcase was the new Dying Light 2 gameplay that they showed off.
Man,
Man,
I'm hyped.
dude. Yeah, this
It
game
looks sick. It looks
Yeah.
smooth.
this game just continues to just like surprise me because I'm not like most of the time I see a zombie game, I kind of tune it out just because there's so many. But this
Yeah.
is one of those games that like caught my attention because of like the parkour.
Bro.
I was like, oh,
Bro.
like we Mirror's Edge now? Sign me up.
Bro, did you play
up.
Dying Light 1?
No, I didn't actually. I know you told me about it.
Bro, we got to buy that and get into it together.
Yeah.
I will 100% do a playthrough with you because I love Dying Light 1 so much.
Yeah.
But that's the whole shtick about Dying Light is it was a parkour zombie game.
Yeah. I had no idea about this. So when I saw this, I was like, excuse me? Like,
I love it, man.
Yeah.
And it's also fully cooperative.
I'm all
I think
about
it's
it.
up to 4 players. Obviously, you won't be able to have like 16 of you and your buddies in
Yeah.
there.
That would be
But
tight, though. If
that
they were
would
able
be
to figure
sick.
that out.
Like your whole camp would be just you and your squad. That would be sick as fuck.
Yeah.
But like this game looks sick. Like, don't get me wrong, Dying Light 1, the parkour is definitely not as choppy. It's not like, or I'm not saying it's not as choppy. It's not choppy at all. Like it's still smooth and it looks good, but it's just like they polished little minor details in Dying Light 2 and they added some new things. Like in the first game, there was a grappling hook that you got, and I already told you this earlier, so I'm sorry I spoiled this for you. But you shoot it out and you're like Batman. You pull yourself to it.
Yeah.
And in this one, it looks like he's gonna throw it out, and you're gonna be able to swing with it, and that's just fucking sick to me.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so many things. I wonder if it's gonna like let you do like a swing and kick into something.
Yeah.
Like swing and kick a zombie's head off. Like that'd be so cool.
Oh yeah.
Some of the new combat that they added for human versus human combat looks sick.
Mhm.
Like out in the trailer, they were showing him like blocking some shit and parrying it, and then he would do that huge jump off of people.
Mhm.
Like he went like 15 feet into the air and then slammed back down with the axe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
We saw a look at one of the newer infected, that big rocky looking motherfucker.
Yeah. I was like, what?
there's a lot of elements to this trailer that I was shook by. I just want to know if it's the same, because I haven't heard anything about this yet or read anything about it yet. I want to know if it's the same main character from the first game.
Yeah, all I know is it's Troy Baker. I've heard that voice so many times.
Oh, is it Troy Baker?
Yeah, most definitely.
That's sick.
I've heard his, like Troy Baker's in everything.
Just about every video game we play.
Every freaking video. I was like,
the most astonishing fucking performance though to date, and anyone can fight me on this, is Joel. His best voice acting moment is Joel from The Last of Us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you. Because that actually,
I'll die on that hill.
Yeah, he was actually, speaking of Troy Baker, and like this is the last thing I'll say before we come back to the main topic. But he was actually in the Medium as one of the like demons. And actually, because most of the time I'm like, oh, okay, it's Troy Baker. I know it's you, Troy Baker. But like he did a really good job in that game, and it actually like threw me for a surprise. I was like, oh, that's like he did a really good job in that game. I was like, oh,
I'm telling you.
Okay. But like last couple things that they kind of talked about was they talked about Wasteland 3. There's new content for that. Don't know much about it, but that's pretty cool for the fans that are about it. They talked about Stray Blade, another Souls-like. It I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent because I'm like, oh, another Souls game.
I'm a fan of the Souls likes though, so I think it looks fun.
Yeah, coming after Mortal Shell, I'm not as hyped. Now, if I saw this before Mortal Shell, I would probably be a little bit more hype. But it's still pretty cool. They talked about the Gunk. They announced this last year at the first summer Xbox. Or no, it was like the second Xbox showcase they had in the summer. Which, I actually am kind of looking forward to this game low key. It looks pretty cool. Like this little indie game. You go around sucking up the gunk or whatever it is on this other planet, and it looks pretty cool. It's different, and these days I'm a lot more into indie stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, pretty cool. And then the last thing is Humble Games is actually bringing a good amount of their indie games day one to Xbox Game Pass as well, which is another bit of a surprise for me, because it just seems like Microsoft is really going in with these Xbox Game Pass deals. And, at first I was like, okay, like some of these games look kind of all right. But one of these games, it's called Signalis. And dude, out of all of the Humble games, this is like my favorite and the one I'm most looking forward to. And I would probably end up picking this up because it's like a classic, like Resident Evil style horror game, kind of like
the original Resident Evils or the now Resident Evils?
Original, like
so like that fixed camera shit.
Yes, dude, I'm really into it, and the fact it's kind of has like this, like technological like atmosphere, and like the art style is really really cool. It almost looks like it almost looks like they took like PS1 graphics and they somehow like, I don't know, it looks like a PS1 game. I don't know. It looks really, 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 really cool, dude. I'm very much looking forward to this game. And I don't know. I'm looking at it. It looks like maybe like Guillermo del Toro. I can't even say his freaking name.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, I think he has something to do with it. Maybe.
That's sick.
He was in an interview talking about it, or maybe I'm just talking out the side of my neck. But anyway, very much looking forward to this. But yeah, that was pretty much the whole Gamescom showcase. It wasn't as hype, and like there wasn't as much new stuff as I thought there was gonna be. So I was kind of disappointed from that standpoint, but it was still pretty solid. I would give it like a 7.
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
If I had to rate it, there was still like cool stuff in there, but some of it was kind of like
most of it we've already seen, and so like it just wasn't. It just didn't hit on certain points for me. Like there were certain things that I was really hyped about, like obviously Dying Light and others, but overall I was like, okay, seen that. That's on PC.
Yeah.
That's on PC.
Yeah, but it was pretty solid. Yeah. Not bad. Looking forward to their next one.
Something else that looks pretty solid that's coming out is Operation Crystal Shard for Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah. Our next topic.
That I've got to say, man, you know what? Why don't you just go ahead and tell the people what I've gotten you to do recently, Daniel? Just go ahead and tell them what I got you into.
Alan has finally got me to play the Toxicity. has made me put on my hazmat suit and jump into the cesspool, which is Rainbow Six Siege. Which, I mean, it's not a total cesspool, and to be honest, it hasn't been as toxic as I
blew it up to be.
Yeah, and
see, that's what I did is I just blew it up super toxic. like people were gonna be like using racial slurs and shit like that every match, and then like when you got in there and people were chill and there were some wholesome people we ran into, you're like, oh shit, it's not that bad.
Yeah, and I think part of it honestly is playing with you guys. Like if I feel like if I was with a bunch of randos, it would be a different story. People
that's like, with everything, man. I don't like playing online stuff without like my squad.
Yeah,
I don't like. I think playing stuff with just random people is kind of like, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, I'm a lot more willing to play it by myself now, though, just because I kind of have like an idea,
a basic knowledge of the game.
Yeah, so I actually kind of know what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Like, I will say, just, this is kind of like my first impressions. This character kind of seems like they could be OP. Like this operator. Yeah. I was like when I saw them boarding up the windows with that that like glass protection thing, and they were shooting out, I was like, because it's like Clash. But you can bring
but it's not as powerful as Clash.
Yeah, but it's still like I don't know.
So let me explain the operator and give a little quick overview of the update real quick before we go on. The new operator that was announced for Siege, their name is Osa. And the reason I say there is because this character is Siege's first transgender operator.
Nani? That's
Yeah,
really cool. I had no idea.
Something that they announced a couple days after after the original announcement of the new operation. I don't know if it's a boy going to a girl or vice versa. I just know that this operator is transgender, and it is the first transgender in Siege. But yeah, name is Osa, OSA. She gets the 5.56 XI, which for people who play the game, you know that is Thermite's main weapon. And then she gets the PDW-9, which is Jackal's little submachine gun.
Yeah, that was my boy. That's my boy.
And then her sidearm, or I'm sorry, their sidearm is the PMM, which is just the little Croatian pistol that all of those operators get. The gadgets are smoke grenades and claymores. The armor is 2, the speed is 2, and the overall ability that we were mentioning a little bit is this operator has a shield like thing that can be deployed on doorways, windows, and broken walls, it looked like. And basically when you're walking, you can hold it out in front of you, or you can hold your primary weapon out in front of you. So it's kind of like Montaigne or Blitz, but you also get a primary weapon. And you can't use the pistol whenever you're holding this thing, because it requires you to use both hands to carry it. And so it blocks you completely frontal unless you're standing. So if you're crouched, the offensive operators, they are not going to be able to, or I'm sorry, defensive operators are not going to be able to kill you. Nice. And yeah, it looks like it can be attached to the windows and stuff. One thing that is cool about it is with the new update with Mira and Maestro's glass being able to be just knocked out, the shield can also be meleeed to be knocked out of transparency and can be meleeed a second time to break the glass. There is also a Mira-like canister on the shield that Osa can shoot to break out the glass and start shitting on the other team. So that's kind of the overview of the character. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. Osa looks like they're probably going to be pretty overpowered.
Yeah.
I think that there's going to be a lot of disgusting strats used with that shield. But we'll see. They'll probably end up nerfing her or buffing her 100 times before she actually gets released. We'll see though.
Yeah.
Okay. I just looked it up, and to ease everybody's tension on me right now, it is she.
Okay.
She is called she.
Okay.
So just to clarify,
Right.
some other things that are being changed though is we're getting some map reworks. They're not full reworks.
Yeah.
We're just getting a little bit of balancing on some of these rooms that are kind of making these maps be banned. So there's a full video on Rainbow Six Siege's website. It's the gameplay video. It's right at the top of the screen. It's called the gameplay trailer. You just click on that link and it'll show you what is being changed in the maps, because it's kind of hard to explain. But we are getting some changes. But I know a lot of people aren't happy about this because they're working on Bank. And Bank has been
sacred.
It has been the longest untouched map in Rainbow Six Siege. It is the only map to this day that has not been edited yet, and they are editing it. So we'll see if people like that or not. who knows? Coastline is getting some changes, some pretty good changes in my opinion. Clubhouse is also getting some pretty good changes. They're moving some bomb sites around in the bar area to, instead of the other site being up by the pool table, it's going to be on the other side of the bar, and so there will be the objectives will actually be in the bar instead of in the bar and in the pool table room.
Okay.
The other new thing that they added is HP now replaces armor. So how Doc is a 3 armor, he will have 125 HP instead of just 100.
Okay.
2 armor operators will have 110 HP, and then 1 armor operators will just have 100. And basically, like I like this change personally because it's going to show us how much health like the armor actually does for the operator, because I've always wondered, like, okay, it says I'm a 3 armor, but does that actually do more for me?
Yeah.
And so I've always had that wonder, and that's solved now. And then another thing is there is some elite costume customizations. You're going to be able to mix and match your elite headgears with other uniforms and such like that. I don't know if that'll still, like, if you're wearing a piece of the elite uniform, I don't know if that'll still keep the elite animation when you win, unless you're wearing the full set. But I know you're going to be able to mix and match stuff. And then personally, my favorite thing of this whole update that they announced is now when players down a opponent, if that opponent is finished by someone else, the person that downed them gets the kill. And I love that.
Okay.
I love that because I'm a Frost main. But yeah, that's a basic overview of the patch. We can link the patch notes in the description, and so you guys can check them out for yourselves.
Yeah, honestly, I should have been doing that for all of the topics in previous episodes in terms of like sources and stuff, but I will do that going forward, or we will do that going forward. Yeah, pretty exciting update, and I'm looking forward to playing it and probably getting upset over this new operator because they will probably be OP.
Oh man, I'm gonna curse so much.
Yeah.
And I hate to keep dragging this conversation, but there's a little bit more with Siege that came out. We got a new look at Rainbow Six Extraction. We got some new gameplay with that. We got to see a little bit more in detail of how the modes in that game are going to work, how the story mode's going to work, and all that. And I got to say, it looks pretty fun. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I going to be playing that over Back 4 Blood, but I'll probably get it and play it because it looks fun.
Yeah.
I like it. It looks like it's going to be used, or it's going to be like the same kind of shooting and gameplay kind of system that Siege has. So we're already kind of used to that, the way that the guns feel and the way that the sensitivity is, and so I'm really looking forward to this game. We didn't get too much in that new gameplay trailer, just like how the new how all the special infected work, and basically what the overall point of the story is. So I'm gonna keep posted on these updates of that game. I know that not too many people are excited about it because it is getting horrendously overshadowed by Back 4 Blood. But I gotta say, like, back when it was just an update on Rainbow Six Siege, it had a lot of hope. And so if they haven't fucked with that formula too much, then it'll be a fun game.
Yeah, I'm actually, since playing Siege, I'm a lot more interested in it, which is kind of weird because this is like, something totally different. But
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, like I'm willing to kind of like give it more of like a try and stuff.
I view it as their Call of Duty Zombies. That's how I see it.
Yeah, it's definitely like its own thing though, and I think people should at least like give it a shot before we kind of like give the
Yeah,
final
I
verdict.
didn't really I guess I should have explained myself a little bit more on that. I didn't really mean that as like I think that they copied Call of Duty. I'm saying like
Oh
how
no 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 no.
Call of Duty branched out
Yeah
and
yeah
did a
yeah
zombies mode, and that was like at the time nothing that had ever been done by COD before. Siege is doing that, but with aliens,
yeah
and so I think that
aliens,
that's neat.
quote unquote aliens before they had to
Before they had after they had to
after
change it
yeah
due to the insensitivity of COVID.
yeah yeah. But it's all good. They had to do what they do.
Yeah,
They had to
man.
do what they had to do.
Yeah, man. You don't
Um,
want, I didn't really think it was a problem, but if people are going to be offended by it, go ahead and change it and save yourself the headache.
yeah, it's all good. But yeah, both of these I'm looking forward to. Whenever because wait, when does Extraction release? It's like next. Yeah, it got delayed to like early next year, right?
Yeah,
Or like
yeah. It got delayed pretty far from its release date. It's gonna debut in January of 2022, supposedly.
okay, supposedly.
We won't know though. The initial release date was September 16th of this year, so we would have gotten
Okay,
it in a couple weeks.
okay. Well, we'll see.
But
We'll see.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see about it, man. We'll see about it.
yeah,
Maybe since they delayed it, and this could have even been their reason for delaying it. Maybe since they delayed it, though, it won't get as dominated by Back for Blood. Maybe because Back for Blood comes out October 12th, and maybe since we've gotten a beta and we'll have had it for a few months at that time, maybe that will have died down enough for people to want to play Extraction.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Now this is a totally like not smooth transition / segue anyway. But
Now to
since
something
we were
completely different.
yeah, it's completely different. But we're talking about Xbox, the Xbox Gamescom showcase, and something else that's probably going to be announced at Gamescom is this new Saints Row reboot. This was teased last week on Twitter by Jeff Keighley, and
Yeah.
apparently, actually, oh shoot, tomorrow, there's going to be a live event from Deep Silver, I believe, or really opening night or day. It's night over there, but day for us.
Yeah.
Because Gamescom actually officially starts tomorrow, technically, even though Xbox had their little thing today. But to kick it off, there's going to be a announcement, and it was heavily teased to be. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's going to be Saints Row. So Jeff Keighley, he put like a little 5-second video, and it shows a little Saints Row symbol, and it has rebooting right next to it. And it's like in graffiti and stuff. So of course everybody's like, oh shoot, Saints Row reboot, Saints Row remaster. See, it could be anything, but there's going to be something Saints Row related announced tomorrow. And I think the Saints Row Twitter page, I believe, didn't they like redo their logo and their profile picture?
Yeah, and that's what got me on the track of like being like, yo, what's going on? Because I followed them on a lot of social medias. Like I followed them on Twitter and on Facebook, and they both changed their profile picture and their wallpapers on both social medias that day to the new Florida Saints for the Saints game, and then their wallpaper became the rebooting thing. And then they started tweeting, Jeff Keighley started tweeting, and then Volition started tweeting, and then and then the Saints Row page started tweeting like, hey, definitely don't check our website, and you go to the website
definitely, yeah,
and it says rebooting. And I gotta say, man, I really hope that this isn't one of those things where they're gonna do a reboot and it's just gonna be like a different story or whatever. I hope what this is that it's something hidden behind the word reboots. I hope that we get Saints Row 5, but they go back to their roots of Saints Row 2 where 3
Yeah,
where it was more
yeah.
about the gang shit than it was like having
Getting
superpowers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like going around taking turfs, kicking ass, taking names, and buying your cribs and making them super nice and customizing them to be like the most badass thing. Like that's what we all loved about Saints Row, and they took that away in 4, and that's why a lot of people were like, nah, with that game.
Yeah,
And
that's kind of weird though, because like I know a lot of people who got into Saints Row like around the time it started getting kind of crazy, because that's when it kind of, because when it came out, a lot of people were like, it's just like GTA clone or whatever. I've never actually
and
played
I think
Saints
that's
Row,
why they started getting a little goofier with it, is because they were like, okay, Rockstar has got the seriousness, let's make ours goofy. All right, Saints Row 3, you've got a bat that's a dildo and you can knock people across the world with it. Have fun.
I mean, GTA 5 was pretty goofy in terms of like the parody aspect. Like there were a lot of like goofy like ish missions, especially with like the Trevor stuff, and even some of like Michael's and like Franklin's stuff.
I mean, like, while those, I wouldn't say those missions were goofy as much as they were just like comedic. Because like whenever I say goofy, I'm talking about Saints Row 2 has a foam finger that's a middle finger, and that's a weapon, and you can backhand people with it, and it knocks them into outer space, and it's like, that's the kind of goofy I'm talking about. And then in Saints Row 3, they came out with a gun where you shot like fish bait on people, and then a shark came out of the sewers and ate them on the street. Like, that's goofy. GTA has like, while the online has gotten goofy, the story mode was pretty serious.
Yeah, that's a good point. Whereas Saints Row 4, you were literally a freaking superhero.
Literally.
Or you're the president, who got was
kidnapped
abducted
by an alien.
And then put in this.
And then you went through a simulation, and then you beat his ass in real life and saved the world. And that's where I think the reboot's going to come in at, is they're going to go back in time.
Yeah, I remember specifically seeing somebody play Saints Row 4, and I didn't know what it was. And I was like, what is this game? Because I saw them like running around and jumping. I was like, is this like Prototype or something? Because the way
Prototype
you run
was fun.
Yeah, I was like, it looks like a superhero. I was like, what is this? They're like, Saints Row 4. I'm like, what? What the heck? And they were explaining it to me, and I was like, wow, this is not what I expected at all. But
yeah, no, Saints Row 4 was a huge letdown to the community.
Really? I didn't know that it wasn't received that well.
They didn't like it. They did not like it because, like I said, it kind of went away from the
roots
gang mentality of like, going and buying and taking turfs and shit like that and killing people, and like it spread away from that to literally the most insane thing in the world, an alien invasion that turns you into a superhero in some sort of simulation that takes place only inside your brain. And it's like that was just the weirdest fucking thing that they could have done for the thing. And people were like, this is cool, but this is not Saints Row. Yeah. Like, make this its own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see, like, what direction they go in. That I got a feeling, like, whatever it is going to be freaking hype. I honestly, like, it snuck up on me. I'm like, oh, wait, that is literally tomorrow. We're talking about it. It's like, okay, tomorrow at 1 p.m. for us, Central Time. But yeah, they got the times for it.
Yeah, definitely
listed up there. But yeah, I'm hyped. I don't know what I'm gonna see, but I'm like, oh shoot, all right. It's new. I'm all up for like new announcements and stuff, so I'm hoping it's pretty cool. But
yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a whole reboot. We'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But speaking of things that are new, let's go ahead and segue, which is totally like an awesome segue, but not really. Segue into Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong. There was a new trailer that got released for this game, with the announcement that it would be moving to Unreal Engine 5, and dude, This game looks freaking phenomenal. Matter of fact, dude, it already looked phenomenal when they announced it. Like it was like last year sometime on Unreal 4, and it already looked amazing. But this just takes it to a whole nother level.
Man, it looks beautiful.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, this game, Black Myth Wukong, was released. Trailer got released out of nowhere. Just got shadow dropped online, and people were freaking amazed by it because it's like, it's a Chinese developer, and called Game Science, and it's a game. It's a Souls-like game where you play as
Sun Wukong.
Yeah, Sun Wukong, which is a like a Chinese, or based on like a Chinese like folklore or myth, I want to say. Yeah, based on like traditional Chinese folklore. And Wukong is a like a monkey creature who can turn into like a bunch of different animals, and they're pretty much taking that folklore and like turning it into like this game, like this Souls-like game. And dude, like visually, this is like unreal. Like,
yeah, you know, Unreal 5.
Yeah, I mean, this game looks freaking phenomenal, dude. Like, this is one of the true next gen showcases. I mean, it's not even coming out until like 2023, I believe. But yeah, they announced with this trailer that they're moving to Unreal 5. This game just looks
so fun,
so good, and like just so good. Like I wish like I wish I could see, like, I mean, you know, like this is like, it looks good, but you know, you got to keep in mind that like it's on YouTube, and YouTube like really compresses like the video and stuff. So I want to see this game like in person. I bet in person on like a nice 4K screen, this game looks even more phenomenal. But like even through YouTube, I'm like, holy crap. Whenever he was fighting that like boss in the snow, and like you saw the snow move whenever he was like throwing out those shockwaves and stuff, and it, like the shockwaves were moving the snow around, I was like, dude, what the heck? And then like out of like everything that they showed, like the freaking dragon fight, like the lightning dragon, dude, that crap was on another level, dude. Like the freaking lightning effects, and like just the weight, like the physics.
Yeah, dude, it
like,
looks
dude,
sick as hell.
What the heck is this, man? Like, and we talked about it before.
That first like little boss fight that they show, not the dragon,
dude.
the like the little mini boss before that.
Yeah.
That was a cool little fight too.
Yeah, dude. And like I said it before, I'm not a big Souls like fan, but this is about to make me into like a Souls-like fan. Like, holy crap, dude. This game looks freaking tight, man. I'm very curious to know if they're going to like do a full translation of the game and get like a English dub of it, or are they just going to keep it like sub only? Because I don't know what like their budget is, because I believe this is like their first game, which is, I mean, if that's the case, that's crazy to think about, man. But it's weird because it seems like this isn't the only Chinese developed game that's just been dropped out of nowhere that looks beautiful and plays freaking awesome. There's another game that's like, it's like Final Fantasy meets Devil May Cry. I forget the name of it, but it also looks extremely good. And like there's another game that's like a hack and slash game that's made in Unreal 4. It looks phenomenal. Bright Memory, I believe, is made by like one dude who's based in China. And it's like, bro, where are these guys coming from? Like all of these games,
they're coming out the woodworks, man. Yeah,
man, these people from China are like bringing their end game, which I'm all up for, dude. Like really any anywhere in the world, like if you're a developer and like you got a game and you're like hustling and you're making it and it looks good, like yeah, I will freaking try it, dude. Like I don't care where it's from. If it's good and it looks great, you got me, dude. And this is just one example of a developer or developers, you know, from China just like showing us how it's done, man. I'm like, dang, dude, you know, like this looks better than a lot of like AAA stuff.
I was about to say a lot of the AAA titles that are finna come out.
Man, like, oh, dude, and like just the design of the creatures and the art direction is like they're really like stepping it up with this. This looks so good, so freaking good, and the fact that it's Unreal, like I think by the time this comes out, it'll be, unless Hellblade 2 comes out beforehand, this could be the first like retail Unreal Engine 5 game to be released, unless something else comes out beforehand. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's Unreal 5 that's going to be released anytime soon. So yeah, this, well, you know, Gears 6 we know is, you know, Coalition, they're going to be working on something. Hellblade is going to be running on Unreal 5, but who knows when that game is coming out. It looks like it's a ways off. So I mean, this looks like this could be it. So yeah, this, whew, bro, my bad. I kind of like took over this topic, but yeah, what what did you think of this, man?
Man, like I said, I saw the first couple of things that was going on, like some of the mobility that was going on with Son Wukong, and a lot of the combat, and as I said earlier when we were talking about the other game that was announced during the Xbox conference, I like the Souls likes, and so this looks super fun to me. I think that with the dragon and being pretty challenging for, you know, the creator of the game, I'm gonna say that there's gonna be some challenging bosses in that game. It's gonna probably be pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Some people, according to people in the comments, some people were saying it looks pretty forgiving. So, which I'm like,
yeah, I noticed that whenever he was getting hit, that his health wasn't going down too much.
Yeah, it wasn't like half a bar.
Yeah, you get hit once and you're dead. Yeah, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, and it didn't. I didn't see. I wasn't really. Okay, no, there is like a stamina gauge, but it doesn't look like it takes like a bunch off of it whenever you roll and stuff. So I don't know. Like there's a lot of stuff going on, to be honest. I'm like, what the heck? But it looks cool. You know,
I liked watching. I liked how they had the what's it called? I'm sorry, dude.
You're good. The roll.
The healing bottle. I can't remember what it's called.
The Estus flask.
Yeah. And that's like a real thing. That you know, and that was pretty cool to me. I also hope that we get to see a lot or most of the Chinese mythological gods and stuff too.
Yeah. I think this will be a really cool way to kind of introduce people into kind of like, you know, Chinese folklore and, you know, traditional stuff. With any type of like segue or like introduction into like another culture, I think is always like a really good thing, you know.
Right.
So yeah, just
getting people familiar with other stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing more, and definitely what the final state is going to be, because I got a feeling they might up the ante with the graphics even more. Yeah, it'll be freaking crazy, man.
It's going to be great, yeah.
Super great. But that about wraps up our gaming segment. A lot of stuff talked about, a lot to kind of break down, which is why we're just not getting to the movie stuff. But, you know, it's always fun to talk about like the gaming side. Really, really fun. But let's go ahead and move on to our movie slash TV segment. And we're going to be breaking down 2 Marvel trailers. And the first trailer we're going to be talking about is the Eternals trailer, which I think a lot of people are kind of, I got a feeling that a lot of people are kind of like sleeping on it because nobody freaking knows who the heck the Eternals even are.
Yeah. They kind of remind me of like a Kmart version of the X-Men.
Kmart. Well, they're a little bit more different than that. I know a little bit of them, or a little bit about them, just because of like, you know, people like Comics Explained and stuff.
Right.
But they definitely have like very interesting like ties to like the Marvel universe as a whole. That's why I'm really interested in it. But like the first trailer they showed was kind of like on the definitely more of a teaser. They didn't really show like a whole lot. But this one, man, they were like, if y'all weren't excited about this movie before, y'all better get excited because we're throwing a lot at you. And yeah,
that trailer was hyped. I really enjoyed seeing a little snippet of each of their powers. I'm really interested in the girl with the spear. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
it was like a spear completely made out of like light or maybe lightning. I don't know. It was crazy, dude. She looks sick. And then the Superman, Marvel's version of Superman, was pretty cool too. Like how Icarus, he was being held down by that thing, and he was like using his eyes to like fry his way out. That was cool.
Yeah, man. Oh man, yeah. I'm pretty hyped, and I think depending on how this goes, like this could have like very, very big implications for the MCU that I don't think people are really like thinking about just because they don't really know. But you know, one of the interesting things that they kind of brought up was, where the hell were y'all when Thanos came?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I think it'll be really interesting to kind of like explore that, because like the power set of these people is really like they can obviously like do a lot of stuff, and the fact that they're a group, it's like they're like mythical versions of the Avengers, so like they can do a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be interesting to learn why, and they kind of hinted at it, and like for people who like have read the comics, know that the reason why they don't interfere with like Earth's conflicts or anything like that is because the like Celestials, which are a really, really, really big deal in like Marvel comics and stuff, they're like, the Eternals' sole purpose is to like watch over humans and just make sure that they're kind of like on their like the right like evolutionary path, and like their sole purpose is to watch it. So say if like something comes by and like messes with that progress, then they intervene. But otherwise, like if the Avengers are taking care of it, then they're like, okay, y'all got it. Like their sole purpose is just to like monitor, and only if stuff hits the fan, like to the point where, you know, like Avengers can't really like deal with it, then they get involved. So like it's seeing them kind of like explain that, because like obviously they're probably gonna like switch it up in a different way, but like seeing them like tackle that is gonna be interesting. And the other thing is that's really interesting is there's a possibility that this movie could maybe introduce mutants, because like one of the things about the Eternals is like, actually I'm not even gonna get into it because it's like this whole freaking rabbit hole. But yeah, dude, like just in terms of like the trailer and like what's going on, like I'm a lot more excited about this movie than I was before. I was excited, but I think just the fact that it looks so different, you know, from like what we've been seeing from Marvel. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on, and like just like some of like their powers, like the way the powers look, and like their where they stay, like some of like the celestials, like the celestial, like a lot of the design just looks of like the creatures and stuff looks like really really cool, dude, and like really like I said, mythical and ethereal and stuff. I freaking dig it, dude. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. I don't know when it comes out, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm freaking ready. Even though I don't know anything about it. Yeah, did you have anything? I'm so bad.
No, I honestly didn't hear about this movie until this latest trailer.
A lot of people didn't,
and I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know if I've just missed the publicity on it, or if it's purposefully not being showed to me, or if my algorithms on my different social medias thinks I wouldn't be interested in it. But I mean, it looks badass. I mean, a lot of the superheroes that they're showing off in it look really strong. Like you said, it looks like they have like viable powers to where they could rival even maybe the Avengers, or at least put up a good enough fight against them.
Yeah.
I want to see what they do with this, and will they tie these heroes in eventually with the Avengers? And then like my number one, biggest like fan thing on this is they put Selma Hayek in it.
Oh yeah,
and she's fucking
There's a
hot.
lot of yeah, man. There actually is like a lot of star power here, man. Freaking Angelina Jolie's in it.
Oh yeah, her too.
Selma, I already forgot already.
Selma Hayek.
Yeah, she's in it. That one guy you're talking about from that one movie. I know that sounds like super specific, right? Yeah, there's like, I know there's a lot of like actors in here that a lot of other people know about.
That one guy that did that thing.
That did that thing, yeah. But it looks cool, dude. Yeah, I'm just super super interested in it, and like, just with everything going on with like Loki and stuff, I'm like, dude, I'm really really excited.
I'm just glad that with all of the characters that they killed off in the last Avengers movie, that they're bringing people back, or they're bringing new heroes in, rather.
Yeah, to kind of like, I know it sounds bad, but like fill the void. I think there's enough going on that I think there's plenty of room for like a new star to kind of like come out of this, like a new Iron Man like hero, or a new Captain America like hero. Like looking at this trailer, I got a feeling that the guy that has like Superman like powers, I got a feeling he's gonna be like the next new dude, like the next like big star or whatever. Like I don't know, his power set just looks really cool. And like Angelina Jolie, unless she's just like too expensive, and like they like kill her character because they can't afford to get her in the next movie.
Yeah.
She could be a recurring character, so like there's a lot of potential, I think, for the people introduced in this. So yeah, looking forward to it. But yeah, speaking of Marvel, let's move on to
the Spooderman trailer.
Spooderman, dude, this freaking
Spooderman,
dude. I keep thinking about this, and like again, like the more I think about it, the more hyped I get. The crazy, the implications of this movie, and the fact that they didn't show a lot leads me to believe that they're holding a lot of stuff back. But yeah, yesterday they released the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Finally, people have been asking for this. Tom Holland, they've locked that dude up, chained that dude up.
Yeah, they don't let him talk about fucking nothing anymore. He spoiled way too much shit.
Yeah, even the title was a big deal. Like they for whatever reason they didn't reveal the title because the title could have implications about the story. So like they've been very very tight-lipped about this movie, but they finally gave and released this trailer, dude, man, I'm so ready for this movie, and I got a feeling it's gonna be one of like the best Spider-Man movies, or Spider-Man. Yeah, it could be, because of what may or may not happen. There's been a lot of freaking crazy rumors with this movie.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're exploring the multiverse means that there is potential that we may see not only Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but we could also be seeing Tobey Maguire. And there is very, very, very strong evidence to suggest that that's going to happen with what was in this trailer, dude. Oh boy, man. Like, there's a lot to unpack here. I think the fact that I will say, like, one of my main, like, I guess, like, issues with like this version of Spider-Man is like I kind of wish that like they gave him his own movie with like no hero helping him out, like, at all. You had
no like pre-existence of like Doctor Strange being in this one, and no
Iron Man
in the other one, and then Mysterion in the Mysterio rather, sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, it kind of sucks in a way that like I don't really feel like Tom Holland's Spider-Man has really gotten a chance to like shine on his own. But that being said, I'm still really hyped just because like we could potentially be seeing like a live action version of the Spider-Verse pretty much.
Yeah. And I think with Jamie Foxx being confirmed to come back as Electro.
Yeah, that was the first thing.
With Doc Ock and the Green Goblin's grenade being in the trailer.
Bro,
I think that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield might be in this fucking movie.
It's anything but confirmed, man. I think that's why they've been so tight-lipped and stuff. But
because they know that's what we all want.
That's what we want, dude.
That's what we've been wanting.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we crave, dude. Me and Alan were kind of talking about this yesterday, but like, if I see Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, show up, I'm gonna tear up. I'm probably gonna cry just from like nostalgia and like just like overall like just because of like, for me, like growing up, like as a kid, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was like the first Spider-Man that I saw, so he will always kind of be like my forever Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I know that kind of sounds weird or whatever, but like he's like the superior version, right? Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, he was cool. But yeah, like him showing up, it's like, because it's been so long, dude, by the time this movie comes out, it'll have been 19 years since the original Spider-Man, since the first Spider-Man movie came out, dude. So just like that amount of time, and the fact that I've grown up. Yeah, like if he shows up, dude, and especially if they do some sort of like, with great power, if he's the one who finally says, with great power comes great responsibility, if he gives a line, because we still haven't heard anybody say it.
To Peter, yeah.
Yeah, to Tom, or this version.
Or to Tom Holland, yeah.
Yeah, so if he's the one, bro, if he says it, I'm a ball. I'll straight up. I'll admit it. I'll be in that theater. It's gonna be some real tears. I'll be the first to admit, man. But gosh, dude, like the who knows what's gonna happen, dude? Like the multiverse. If you've watched Loki, which you still gotta watch that by the way. As soon as you watch that, I'll watch Suicide Squad. That will make that the deal, man. But yeah, like they can do anything, dude. And and it can be as crazy as they want, and nobody will really care, you know, because of like the way like time works and stuff like that, man. But yeah, dude, like when I saw the freaking pumpkin bomb,
Man.
that was it for me. That was it, man. That, and then the laugh, dude. Oh man,
Potentially the line from James Franco's Harry Osborn saying, "Be careful what you wish for, Parker."
Dude, that sounds just like him. That sounds just like him. Yeah, like there's. Oh my god, I swear to God, dude. And then at the very end, bro. See a Doc Ock when the arms came out, bro. I had a fit, man. I swear, I'm about to blow out my freaking microphone. I'm watching it again as we speak. I'm about to make my neighbors mad.
And he slams that arm down, and it just, oh my god, what an entrance,
bro. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. And seeing it again, God, there's so many freaking feelings, dude. I just hear like, and he looks like he did like in 2004, man.
I know,
like,
dude. It's like he didn't change or age whatsoever.
Yeah. You know they're going all out. They're going all freaking out, dude. With this movie, I think this movie is gonna be one of the best. Like, this movie is gonna make a ton of money. If they're gonna bring back all three Spider-Man, I got a feeling this might be almost as big as Endgame in terms of.
Oh god,
like,
I swear.
If this movie is as crazy as I think it's gonna be, dude, this movie's gonna make so much money, dude. Like, and dude, you know what I really hope though? I hope. I don't know if you heard about it, but you remember when Sam Raimi came back to make or almost with like Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Yeah.
How they're kind of doing like a continuation. Like they made the reboot. People didn't like the reboot. So they made like a continuation of it. What if, right? In this movie, they've kind of showed, hey, right? All these other Spider-Man, they still exist. Just because we didn't make Spider-Man 4 doesn't mean, they're dead. They're still going off doing their own things. What if, right? Because Sam Raimi is directing Doctor Strange. Bro, what if this movie is successful enough, it gets people's interest enough back in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, that they bring Sam Raimi back and get him, they work something out with Sony and get him to make Spider-Man 4.
Oh.
This is just me speculating, but dude, I'll cry again. I'll cry happy tears of joy.
Dude, I'd bust a nut.
Man, I would probably faint, dude, of like just excitement. Dude, there's so many implications, and this out of everything that happened this week, it's only been 2 days. My week has already been made with this trailer, dude. I'm so freaking hyped, dude. Ooh, man. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say, man? Because there's just so many emotions.
Man, there was a lot to touch on there. That trailer was pretty huge because there was the whole controversy with it getting leaked, and the version that got leaked had some extra stuff in it that spoils a little bit of the movie. And they actually did not end up going with that version of the trailer that they released, but they did confirm that trailer that I saw that was leaked was real.
Yeah.
So a lot of people know some extra stuff about the movie already that was not shown in the official trailer that was released. And man, can't wait to see the movie. Can't wait to see if Tom Holland and not Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are actually in it.
Yeah.
That's really
I'm tearing up
that's
just thinking
really
about
just
it.
what I'm holding out for on this movie. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say before it happens that
Mm.
if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are not in this movie, I'm not gonna be disappointed. But that's what we want, Disney.
Yeah. Yeah, Disney, right? Yeah, you owe us Disney.
After
Or
what you did to
actually,
Star Wars, yeah.
damn, yeah. Yeah, man. Honestly, I mean, like they kind of do owe us, man. We've been giving us. I can't even freaking talk anymore. I'm so excited. We've been giving them our hard-earned money for these freaking movies, dude. We gave them what? How much did Endgame make? 2 billion, almost
A
1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave them all that money, dude. They owe us 2.7. Bro, I can't even I can't even fathom that amount of money. $2.798 billion is how much that movie freaking made.
God almighty.
Jeez Louise, dude. So yeah, they got enough to spoil us. Give us what we want, man. Dude, that's enough to pay Toby, Andrew. I mean, honestly, that makes sense how they're able to afford all these people, bringing back Jamie Foxx, Alfred Molina, potentially William Dafoe, and all this stuff. Man, just I can't talk about this movie anymore. I can't even concentrate.
Yeah.
That wraps up our movie segment. Let's go ahead and move on to our last segment, which is our anime/manga segment. And the first thing we're going to be talking about is this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6. I know a lot of people are very, 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 very excited about this because of this is going to be the debut of the first female JoJo. Am I correct?
Yeah. This is Jotaro's daughter, Jolene Cujo.
Holy crap. I guess it's kind of a spoiler for me, but it looks tight, man. It looks super. I mean, I've always really, really liked JoJo, even though I've kind of fallen off of it. But yeah, dude, I'm all up for it, dude.
Yeah,
it looks as crazy as it's ever been, you know.
And I like it because when we saw a little bit of her in the trailer using her stand. And her fucking, whenever she's beating the shit out of people with it, she's just like Jotaro. And dog, when I saw that, I was like, oh, because I haven't read any of the manga, and so I don't know a whole lot about what's coming up in JoJo's. Just because every season is different, so you just never really know what's coming. It's always something wild and crazy, though, or bizarre, I guess. But yeah, so I knew that this one was Jotaro's daughter because her last name is Cujo and his last name is Cujo.
Can I just say, this dude doesn't age. This man has looked the same since Part 3, dude.
Well, okay, granted, Part 3 and Part 4 are only 10 years in between each other, and then Part 4 and Part 5 are literally 5 years away from each other.
Okay.
And then Part 6, I don't know how many years in the future from Part 5 that is.
Okay. Well, that makes sense because they did a giant ass time skip between 1 and 2 and then 2 and 3
because 2 was set back in World War II and then 3 was in the 1980s.
Yeah. And then 1 was freaking, what was it?
It was literally the 1800s.
Yeah, 1800s, freaking crazy. Dude, it's so crazy how it's freaking evolved.
Yeah.
All the freaking crazy.
But I really something that I thought was interesting about this and that you may have forgotten about is that they're debuting this on Netflix first. I thought that was kind of crazy considering that this is a Shonen Jump anime and they are usually on Crunchyroll and Funimation. Not
that is
necessarily
weird.
debuting on Netflix, and so that kind of shocked me a little bit about this announcement of this is that it's being funded by Netflix. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Netflix is about to have a second coming, dude. They've been making a lot of deals recently.
Yeah.
And
they're about to change the streaming service game so that more individual channels like the History Channel are going to get a fucking streaming service.
Yeah, and speaking of, we were just talking about Spider-Man. They got that exclusive deal with Sony stuff where all of their Spider-Man stuff is going to be on there.
Yeah.
So that's there.
And then PlayStation games are going to be on there.
I was just about to say, yeah. So they're cooking up something, dude. Because Disney Plus, they are not about to let Disney come up and really like. I feel like Disney's like, you know, you're gonna learn. You're gonna take away. Yeah, you're gonna learn, man. He's like, I built this empire, you know.
Let me backhand you down to size again.
Yeah, y'all ain't about to step on everything I've built up over the past couple of years. So yeah, but no, this looks tight, and it's another reminder for me to get back to watching JoJo.
Yeah. What was the last thing you saw in there?
Like the very beginning of part 4, like not even getting into like the weeds of it. So
okay.
Well, it was good. I like what I saw. I just, you know, like everything, it's just like, oh, what do I spend my time on today?
Yeah.
You know?
I feel.
But I like have a desire to watch more anime, but it's like, oh, My Hero, some other stuff I'm trying to watch. I want to watch Gurren Lagann again. I also want to watch One Piece. Yeah. Even though that's a freaking task in of itself.
1,000 episode anime.
Yeah, that's a job. You know, it's a full-time job watching that. It is.
That's
possible.
An adventure.
Yeah, you can do it. It is possible if you literally know life it. Problem is, I don't really got to know life as it is. Yeah. So it's like, I'd have even less of a life. So, but yeah, we'll see, man. JoJo Part 6 looks tight. Let's go ahead and move on to another really, really exciting series. Not going to be on Netflix. Going to be on Disney because we're talking about that Star Wars Vision Anthology series. Let's go. This looks super, super hype. I'm very, 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 very excited for this, man. This is one of my most anticipated series coming up, dude. Came out of nowhere. They announced it like June, I want to say, and then they announced they showed that little concept trailer that we covered a couple episodes back. Then they released this. Bro, oh my god, oh, they're bringing the heat with this, man. Oh my god,
bro, I'm saying
this looks so hype, man. The fact the most exciting thing about this is the fact that they got all these different studios, Gainax, Production IG, all of these different studios with their own unique like animation styles making Star Wars episodes, like one-offs. Dude, this is like a dream come true, dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
And like the thing about it is they haven't even released the show yet, and I really hope that they plan on releasing more episodes of it because the way that the trailer has carried itself and what it has shown, just some of the minds behind this anime are truly just they've thought of some shit that could never be put into a Star Wars movie. Like that one thing where it was like a staff and it had like 18 fucking lightsabers on the end of it.
Yes, dude.
And she spun it in a circle like a helicopter.
Spun around?
Yes.
Dude, yeah. Oh my god.
Or the one girl that was like a humanoid android type thing and she had like 10 arms. And each had a lightsaber. Dude. She was like General Grievous, but better. Like,
yes, dude.
General Grievous ain't got shit on her. But I can't wait to see the way that some of these things play out because they honestly look so sick, dude.
Yes,
and
man.
Like I said, I hope that they already are planning for this to be a big hit and they already have ideas for new anime studios to work with and storyboards and shit.
I think it will, man. I'm getting goosebumps just because I'm watching it. I just got it on in the background.
Yeah.
Just like looking over it, dude. Like I am so high, dude. There is so much. It's crazy the amount of content and the amount of just stuff that's coming out. Exciting stuff, dude. it is a great time to be alive right now.
I like man.
If you're a pop culture
if you're
fan,
a nerd, yeah.
nerd, yeah. If you're a freaking nerd, dude, you're freaking foaming at the mouth
Dude,
with like some of this stuff.
I
dude.
love
like it's crazy.
I loved that scene right at the beginning where the guy was pulling out his lightsaber and he ignited it and started pulling it outwards and it looked like he was unsheathing it. Like that was cool
Dude,
as fuck.
that was so tight. Yeah, like a like a samurai.
Yeah.
That's probably like my most anticipated.
I also really like the part
one-off.
where the dude they're fighting and he catches his lightsaber with the force.
Oh,
that's so fucking
God,
sick.
dude. Oh,
because
my
like
God,
who would have
dude.
thought of that? Only the Japanese would think of that because that's a way you can catch a sword. And like
Yeah, that's how they
and like
do it.
nobody thought about that. Like in all of the years that Star Wars has been going, not even in the animated fucking shit have they caught a sword, a
Clone Wars?
lightsaber like that. Or
Yes,
or
dude.
Rebels or any of that.
Yeah. Yes, dude. Yeah, because like with anime, dude, you can do like
You can do
people
anything
have had so
because
many
like
crazy ideas,
your animated
dude.
characters can do more like physically demanding and quite frankly almost impossible movements.
Yeah. The fact that it's traditional, well, not traditional, but I mean, it's all over the place. But yeah, just the fact that it is animation based just means they can do so much crazy stuff. And you could see, dude, the amount of ideas and stuff that they're doing. There's a freaking like anime like Squirrel Girl or whatever fighting people. Like they're fighting on the freaking Star Destroyer.
Yes, dude.
Gosh, dude. Oh, in space.
I'm wondering what time
oh
period
my gosh.
what time period of Star Wars this is going to take place in. If this is going to take place in like
dude.
Star Wars in like the prequels, or is it the original trilogy? The way that some of the episodes look, they look like they're definitely the original trilogy because there's that one scene with the guy that says that this is the first time he's ever encountered such darkness, and then there's a guy that had just landed a TIE fighter and extended his blade, and so I think that episode is definitely going to be during the original trilogy or maybe even the sequel trilogy because Disney, even though we don't want it, they're really still trying to push that trilogy on us.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't, this is just my opinion, I don't think any of these are gonna be, I think this is gonna be like non-canon.
Yeah,
just because like I don't know, depending on like some of the like some of the stuff they've shown like obviously like doesn't really fit, with like kind of what they set up in the movies. Like the one with like the girl who's like a I don't know, maybe they could surprise all of us and be like, yeah, it's canon, in like some other weird thing. But I don't know, I think it could be like some Elseworlds type thing, or what do they call it, the like Star Wars Legends type stuff.
yeah
I think it'll fit into that, just because I honestly think that's a good thing, because if it was canon, then that would kind of limit them in terms of like what they could do. Because you're seeing some crazy stuff with the girl with like freaking 6, 7, 8 different lightsabers, and the guy. It looks like they're going all out.
And we saw the slave one. I mean, not the slave one. The fire spray. Excuse me. That was just racist of me just now.
No, it's fine. It's I think the whole thing is silly, but that's a topic for another time.
But yeah, so in case anyone missed that too, that's the new name they have chosen for Boba Fett's ship, is the Fire Spray. They really couldn't come up with anything better, huh?
Yeah, Fire Spray. It's in space. Like, whatever.
Maybe at that point just call it Spaceship.
The spaceship, yeah.
But we saw the two things. Like, you see Boba Fett jetpacking somewhere, and you saw his ship. It looked like it was in pursuit of something, maybe even firing at it. And I think that's going to be a fun episode of just delving into a Boba Fett anime. Oh my god.
Oof. That'll tie in really, man.
And then we saw really Naboo, where the pod racers are.
Yeah,
and it was like a real 3D pod racer looking stadium that they were at.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be crazy, man. This whole thing is gonna be nuts, dude. I'm freaking the heck out, man. Not as much as Spider-Man, but this is like probably second in terms of like excitement. But again, there's just dude, there's so much stuff, dude.
And I like that even though this is gonna be a Disney product, that they're going to release it in dubbed and subbed.
That's cool.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Me and my friend Devin, who is like my big anime head friend, my big weeb buddy, we've already agreed. I think we're gonna probably watch it twice and go through and watch it once dubbed and once subbed. Because while the subbed is normally better for most animes, like the dubbed actors that they showed off in the trailer in some of the scenes, like they didn't do bad.
Yeah, and I think for me, just like so I can focus on the action, because if
Instead
I'm
of
reading the whole
read
like
everything,
some of the stuff they're showing, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be reading anything. I just want to be paying attention to all the cool stuff.
Yeah, I might watch it in dub the first time and then go back and watch
sub. Same. Yeah. I think, man. I'm so freaking psyched for this crap,
I'm telling you. This right here and the Obi-Wan show are the two Star Wars projects that are coming up that I'm the most hyped about.
Oh my God, I forgot. That's the... Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm just... this Spider-Man and stuff is just, bro, got me feeling different, man. I woke up like this. Actually, I didn't wake up like this at all, but now I'm
Yo, and then like one more thing about this, like the end of the trailer when that bitch throws out those different lightsabers and it wraps around his like fucking whips, but dude, like lightsaber whips. Like what the hell was that?
Bro, that's some Gynax stuff. That was, dude, that was totally Gynax right there. That just, it looks like, smells like, tastes like Gynax, and I want it, and I'm all up for it, dude. Bro, yeah, like, because that's probably gonna be one of the craziest episodes. After watching Kill la Kill, you know that crap's gonna be nuts. That fight is gonna be freaking
that's gonna be crazy, sick,
man. Oof, yeah, but yeah, I can talk about this. We've already talked about it before. Me and Alan can talk about Star Wars all day.
Oh my God, I swear, it's the biggest fandom that I'm a part of. Like I love a lot of stuff like Dragon Ball and fucking and My Hero and I, huge Joker fan, but like Star Wars has got my heart. Star Wars has always got my heart.
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. Like the dude from Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Heart.
But
man, yeah.
But switching gears back to Netflix from Disney, a thing that got released over the weekend was the Cowboy Bebop live action actors have been shown off, and I gotta say, they look pretty good. Like Spike looks pretty close to Spike, and Spike is being played by Harold from Harold and Kumar, and so. A lot of people are familiar with him, so maybe that'll get some draw to this movie. Because the other two actors in the movie aren't as well known as he, but they still look good as the characters. I personally wish that what's his name was a little more buff, like he was in the anime. Yeah. He's a little slim in this,
Jet?
but like you can't,
Jet.
Yeah, Jet.
Jet Black. Yeah.
One thing I am disappointed though is in all of the screenshots we've seen so far, no Ed.
Yeah,
Ed has not been cast yet.
It showed Ed's dog. Or no, wait, no, that's
Ein is in the show, and he's being walked by
Faye.
By Faye, yeah, and.
Which, oof, man.
And
I'm about to faint.
And so, and I'll go ahead and say that even though like Ed was kind of annoying, like it was a good kind of annoying to me.
Ed was cool,
and
dude.
I liked Ed, and to see Ed not be live action casted is kind of sad to me. Now they could absolutely do a thing where they haven't stumbled across Ed yet. They've been with each other, and they're traveling through the universe, and they're going on their adventures, and they haven't come across Ed yet, and they're gonna pick up Ed down the road. And because that's kind of how Cowboy Bebop went, is because it started with just Spike and Jet, and then they picked up Faye, and then they picked up Ed, and then they found Ein somewhere.
Yeah. I thought, didn't they?
Or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe it was Ein and then Ed, but I don't remember.
I thought they found them together, or maybe It's been a minute since I've watched it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it'll probably be like somewhat accurate, but they'll kind of do their own thing. I wonder if they're gonna go.
Don't.
What?
I thought you were about to say exactly what I was thinking.
Like full on. I was gonna say, I wonder if the ending's gonna be like as depressing.
Oh, as sad. Yeah.
Because, I got a feeling because they showed a screenshot of him like in the church, and like there's a bunch of like stuff thrown around, and like he's all shoveled up. So I got a feeling that that's like the last scene. I mean, everybody knows. I'm
wondering if they're going to do it as a one-off, or if this is going to have multiple seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they might do it a one-off just because of the way. I mean, the original was kind of a one-off.
Yeah, the original was a one-off. There was only one season.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, they had the movie, but the movie took place like sometime in between.
Oh, I haven't seen the movie. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but me and my friends, we actually watched it out of order because the movie came out after the series, but because it was like set in between, we actually watched it like in that order. We watched it
in chronological order, not
in chronological order. Because he was like, yeah, we need to watch it first, which is weird. It's like, well, if it's sad, wouldn't you want to watch it after? But yeah. It was still really, 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 really good. But yeah, it was like, oh man, this is cool, and then like sad.
Yeah,
like it just like a giant ass like slope in like it was like
Vicious is a bastard.
It's like wow, like once they got to like Spike stuff, it's just like dang. But it's still like really good and stuff. So but I'm curious to see like how they do like the special effects and
how they make like them be able to get into some of the cool fights that Spike and them got into in the anime.
Yeah, and most important thing, how are they gonna do the intro?
Yeah,
the intro song. Are they gonna remix it and ruin it, or are they just gonna take it and like maybe like redo it in a way that's like faithful but kind of like brings in new elements? That's the most important thing.
Yeah,
if they get that right, it'll be good. Cast members aside, like that's the most important thing. That's what people really care about.
But as of right now, it's pretty much just all speculation, because all that we know right now is that these are the actors and that it is coming to Netflix soon,
like everything.
Maybe, we don't know.
Yeah, like I honestly forgot that this was a thing. November 19th, by the way. But yeah, I think this got announced a while ago, but I just completely forgot. So whenever they showed this, I was like, oh, okay. So this is like honestly my first time seeing it. So yeah, definitely we'll be checking it out. Yeah, dude, this was a very packed episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we missed a week, so there was a lot of stuff that we were trying to put in, and even a lot of stuff that we had to cut out. That was announced since we had planned the last show. We were planning on talking about the GTA trilogy, and that has already been announced and given a potential release date. And so we were kind of late on some stuff due to myself being sick and Daniel's schedule being a little too crazy to get together for the podcast. But in we got it all down in this episode, and we're covering something in a timely manner. So that'll be cool.
Yeah. Because I'm planning on releasing this tomorrow or today, I guess, whenever you guys are listening to this. So, that'll be interesting. In the future, small announcement, the plan is to do these live. So then that way, that kind of takes away some of like the editing burden. But it will be a lot more raw because of that. It won't be cutting out as much of like the dead space and all that stuff,
or any time that we misspeak or say the wrong thing.
Yeah, but that's
it's gonna be all part of the fun, is you guys get to hear us fuck up.
Well, no, you guys get to hear us.
We don't ever.
You get to see us grow and learn. Because to be honest, we have gotten a lot better from
our first podcast. God, if somebody would have been watching us and filming like a time lapse of our first to our 8th podcast, dude, it's changed so much. Like the first one, we were just like, just get in there and do it. No, nothing. And then like we were like, okay, maybe we should get some topics and a list. And
we're just like, whatever.
Some sort of like formula.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot better, I feel, in terms of just like talking about stuff, and because before we were like,
and keeping our fans informed.
Yeah, we'd be like, what do you think?
Oh.
So
Yeah, we're keeping the conversations flowing a lot more naturally. I think at first it was like, especially, and maybe this more me than you is I don't really put myself out up there on the internet a lot, and so maybe it was a little bit of my nerves being there first or something.
Yeah,
but
same.
But who knows?
Yeah, and then the other part is just we're like today. A lot of the stuff is actually like fresh, and we try to like go over everything either like the day before or sometimes like 30 minutes before we even film this stuff or shoot it, so that way it's fresh and it's not like, oh dang, like what are we talking about again? I guess I remember that.
But we also don't want to be so tight that we're having to stick to a schedule and read off of a script and that we're spouting stuff that you can tell we've rehearsed 1,000 times. Like this is what comes out of our mouth is our raw, genuine thought, but we just have like a general formula of how we're gonna work things.
Yeah, genuine, but yeah, man, it's this is a good episode, definitely a little bit longer. So if any of you guys got a long trip, definitely put us on, because you'll definitely be done with your trip by the time you finish this episode. Because this will probably be our longest one, but it's okay. Like Alan said, it's been a minute, and this will probably be raw, honestly. I'll probably just upload it as is, so bear with us, but because this isn't gonna be super edited, just bear with us, and especially for the live stuff, bear with us.
Yeah. We'll get it right one day, but it's gonna take us a little bit of time at first.
Yeah. But for those who are listening, we appreciate you, and we look forward to hearing more from you guys in the future. But Alan, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, if you're listening right now and you're not subscribed already, why aren't you? Hit the subscribe button, and then while you're there, turn on the notification bell so you can hear more of our podcasts the day they come out. And then go ahead and leave a thumbs up on this video so that our channel can gain more traction. We can't do these videos without you guys.
Yeah, dude, that's very, very well said.
Also,
and I got one more thing.
I was going to say, also, if you have any topics that you'd like to hear us talk about, go ahead and leave that in the comments so we can get to some things that you'd rather hear about than everything that we're doing.
Yeah. Dude, this is, man, you talking about, man, this ain't rehearsed. It sounds like you've been practicing this outro.
Man, don't talk about the outro. Don't talk about the outro.
Okay, I ain't gonna talk about it. I got one more thing to say. For those of you who are listening, please give out some love and some good vibes to Alan. You know, he's still finding a job. The thing that happened to him was really crappy. And, you know, just send him your vibes, send him your energy, as we say in Dragon Ball Z. And
yeah, give me your key.
Man, like
I need it.
Yeah, give him your key, and you know, hopefully, you know, it'll help Alan find a new job that actually, you know, treats him right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, pays him well, pays him even more. Let's hope that it, you know, that's always great.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
And a job where he doesn't have to wake up at 5 o'clock.
Ass crack of dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got something lined up right now, and that's to be continued, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll keep everybody updated.
Yeah, man. Definitely. On the next episode.
Yeah.
Dragon Balls, actually Hi-Qel's Pop Talk.
But
yeah,
if
man.
that's all you got, man, this has been an awesome episode. I'm your co-host, Alan.
And I'm your co-host, Daniel.
And this has been another awesome episode of the Hi-Qel podcast.
Heck yeah. Bye-bye. Actually, so I stole
Do
your
not
freaking
steal my bye-bye.
See you guys.